Hi guys, where to park in Murcia? Right, now look, see that double spot there marked out? These are new actually, they weren't there yesterday. So it looks like this morning they've done a bit of painting, or yesterday they've done a bit of painting. And you can see, look, now what the problem is, you can see everyone's put a motorbike in one of these slots, one of these painted slots. That means you haven't got room to get off your bike, you're struggling to get in to get your bike out, and it's quite dangerous actually, and I'm sure a lot of these bikes are going to start falling over and getting damaged. And they're also facing the wrong way because they can easily fall off the stand. That's the correct way. If my bike actually does go backwards, it's on the stand, it can't fall. Like you can see here, see? That's nice and wide, so you can park your motorbike in the middle of there and get off your motorbike. But look, see? Everyone, including me, as soon as I parked in one of these spots, I thought, God, this is absolutely crazy. I took my bike out and I moved it to the other side of the plaza, because there's just nowhere to park when you come into Murcia to the plaza. And you can see, look, for some strange reason, now this works if you've got a gap, a motorbike, a gap, a motorbike, a gap, a motorbike. But you can see they're putting the motorbikes in every one of the gaps. So, when it's a voiceover, but when you're actually putting your motorbike in every one of those little tiny gaps, you cannot get off your motorbike, you're struggling to get off your motorbike, you're struggling to get your motorbike out. So, now like I said, you can see there is a gap, a motorbike, a gap. That's excellent, but you can see everyone's putting the motorbike in one of those lanes, one of those tiny marked out lanes, and it's just not good. And I'm sure a lot of accidents are going to happen, and a lot of motorbikes are going to actually get knocked over. And my opinion, motorbikes are parked the wrong way. And when they're actually parked that way, they can easily be pushed off the stand because there's a bit of slope. And how do I know this? I know this because you can see how the way the stand is, and it's sloping inwards towards us as we're looking. The bikes are sloping inwards. So you only have to nudge one of them bikes and it's off its stand. And that's going to be a big problem, these little slots, see? Now, like I said, if they have a motorbike a slot, but they're not doing that, look. They're filling the slots. So whoever has actually painted these slots on here has done it totally wrong. This is totally wrong, because people are going to see the slot and they're going to just park the motorbike in it. They're not going to leave like this one. Leave a slot, park your motorbike, leave a slot. They're not going to do that. As you can see, everyone's took a slot. So it's going to be dangerous, and I'm sure a lot of motorbikes are going to get knocked off the stand. I only nudged a motorbike. I got me his rucksack on the back and I nudged a motorbike, and it was straight off its stand, because it's a bit of a slope. And a lot of these bikes, the stands don't work very good on them anyway, because the guys use the stand to turn the motorbikes round. So they're not good stands. So I'm sure that's going to be a big problem. So I thought, where do we park when we get into Murcia? And it's always a problem parking your motorbike. And you can see now they've made it even worse to park your motorbike, because everyone's parking the motorbikes too close together now. That's going to be a big problem, I can tell you for sure. So, like I said, I come back out to the plaza and I thought, I'm going to move my motorbike. It's just not safe there. Somebody's going to end up knocking the bike over. Even though it's a strong stand and it's facing the wrong way, so if they nudge it or go into the bike, it cannot fall, because it's not on the stand it's turned round. So if it does go backwards, the stand will keep gripping. It won't come off the stand, in other words. Right, so, I got a little bit bored and it started to rain a little bit. So I thought, well, I'm not stopping in Plaza, standing, waiting in the Plaza. So what I did, I actually decided to come, well, it was Overleen's idea. I just came up into the food court. That's my thumb at the top, right, or finger. So, I actually just did that. I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll just come up into the food court and I just watch the traffic. And you'll see in a short video, I've got a short video. Now, where I'm watching this lorry go here, I'm watching this guy in a four-wheel drive. I'm just watching all the traffic. Which similar to where this red car is, there's an ambulance comes speeding down at a very good safe speed. He's not speeding too fast. It looks like an emergency, and he's not going too fast. He's driving in a very good way, and the speed is kept at a safe driving speed. What happens? Someone with no brain, and I'm not joking, don't know what driving that four-wheel drive in the short video, he just pulls out in front of the ambulance, beep, 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 and ambulance is peeping at him, and then he's holding the ambulance up. He drives up here, and he turns left. So where this ambulance is now pulling in, before there's a left, and he goes down there past the public market doing about 1 kilometre an hour, and I thought, wow, you're just not trained here in the Philippines. You obviously, I know for a fact a lot of you guys have never took a test, and there's a lot of very bad drivers and very unsafe drivers. You're pulling out in front of ambulances, you're stopping the ambulances. And I've seen it in Bacolod too, this, really crazy. Anyway, we're down on the bottom road now, and it looks like these guys have got a puncture. You'll see the jack there. I should imagine that's a 10-ton, a 20-ton jack, a buckle jack. Now, I always thought you tighten these in a sequence. When I tighten a wheel up, I always tighten the wheel in a sequence. But these are not tightening in a sequence. Unless, he's gone round it before I was there and he's tightened it in a sequence. But he's still not tightening in a sequence. He's just going around the wheel. Now, if you're a wagon driver, make a comment. Is this okay to do it this way? I mean, obviously, it must be okay, but I always thought you actually tightened the wheel in a sequence. And you can see, like I said, it's a double wheeler cement mixer, and he's on the main road here. And I don't know if he's got, a load of cement in this cement truck, but, you can see he's actually swinging and swaying on that. So it needs to be really tight. And it's a double wheeler. And the reason it's a double wheeler, guys, is because of the weight. They're carrying a lot of weight in cement. And, this cement mixer is actually in very good condition. There's no bolt tyres on it. So I'm stood at the back looking, filming, and I thought, wow, at least most of these wheels have got good tread on them. Where they're normally bold, but you can see, look, see how much strain and tightness is putting on that. So that's a good, strong tool just for the job, and like I said, it must have been, quite hard work taking that wheel off. But there's 3 on them, and there's a truck at the back on them, and that truck at the back's following these guys. So, I thought I'd just do a quick video, and you can see that bar bending. So, it's quite hard work. So you can see just, these guys are running good. This big lorry is in very, very good condition. It's in very good order, and it's very safe. And, like I said, but, I always thought you did it in a sequence. So, that's it, guys. So, we're getting ready now to go back down into Concilian. So, they're ready now, look. Good, that's his mate there at the back in the truck. So, it looks like they're on the merry way. And take care, God bless everyone, and it's a happy Saturday. Have a great day. Here from Consul.